Hi, this is Lizelle Siniza of CCTN 47. You're tuned in with DJ Maverick.
Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick, and you're tuned in to WCNI Radio.
So I told her. Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick. Alright. Actually, everyone knows it. So, it's cool. I'm cool with it.
Nakahimundo pa ako sa una. Pirmi lang.
It's a beautiful Tuesday, and we're all jamming here on WCNI Radio. It's DJ Maverick with you guys. Hope you're having a great day. You know, I'm really excited because this March 24th, 2017, that's next year, 4 months to go, it'll be the worldwide release of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Oh yeah, I can hardly wait. It's Morphin time. I'm still trying to digest everything to convince myself that it's happening. This is it. It's happening. Just like what Zack said in the teaser trailer of the 2017 reboot film. They're back. I mean, it's been 20 years, and I've just realized it after watching videos of Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost in his Blue Ranger suit walking around Hollywood Boulevard with Karen Ashley. I thought it was very cool. I mean, he still loves his character and he embraces it, just like Karen and Amy Jo. They're still good friends, and I've been watching a lot of videos lately, and I think that they're very, very good friends. It's a good thing. Now, this movie, The Power Rangers, it's a reboot under Lionsgate with fresh actors taking the suit. Dacre Montgomery, Ludi Lin, RJ Seiler, Becky G, and Naomi Scott. Now, everybody's been really excited about this movie. Not that it's a reboot, but rather, Saban has given the director a new take, a new approach. Some say darker or more serious, but to me, I think they're trying to get a new audience, trying to gather a different group of fans. That's what I think. I don't know what you think about it, guys. What do you guys think? Well, true fans of the Power Rangers, I believe this. We all know the original live-action series way back 1994 or 1993. Was it 1993, 1994? Oh yeah, it was shot in 1993 and it came out in 1994, and it was a phenomenon, right? It was a worldwide phenomenon. At that time, it was campy and totally for kids. It was good, and it had its moments in the 90s. Yeah, I remember it very well. In the Philippines, where I am right now, in case you guys don't know, yeah, that's right, I'm broadcasting live here in Cebu City for Planet Hollywood Entertainment Online. That's right. Well, you know, at that time, I'm here in the Philippines, and the Power Rangers, it used to air Friday nights on a giant TV network. It was right after the 6 o'clock news and after the Uncanny X-Men series. You know, guys, at that time, we didn't have the internet. There was no social media, no Twitter, no Instagram, no Facebook, totally nada. We were just the kids of the 90s, and I'm kind of missing the good old days. Oh, well, anyway, good memories. We were very innocent. We were so virgin at that time. Yep, that's right. Today we're going to talk about the movie, the cast, the director, video reactions of the teaser trailer, which I find really awesome. Not to mention the OST at the beginning, the one used in the original series. I know some fans didn't like it. I've seen some videos of some reaction videos of some fans saying that they don't like it. They were looking for Zordon, they were looking for Goldar and Alpha and stuff like that. Guys, it was just the teaser trailer. It's not yet the official trailer for the movie. It's the teaser trailer, good enough to make us want for more. Okay, and in fact, at the last part of the teaser trailer, I hope you guys have seen it. The Red Ranger, it was Jason. He was suiting up, but it didn't finish because it was just there just to make you want for more. That's the magic of it, you know. So I'm sure, you know, in their interviews, in their press cons, they said a lot of times that Goldar, the director Israelite, said that Goldar and Zordon and the Zords are going to be in the film. So that's really something to look forward to, right? And They didn't like it, though. No matter how hard I try to explain here, maybe they don't care. But they didn't find it appealing because they were used to. I think they were used to watching the campy one, and there's nothing wrong about it. It's just that I think some people can be really nostalgic, and I'm cool with it, But I'm very excited because after having seen the trailer, the teaser trailer, it got me really excited. It was really good. Okay, so I'm also going to be giving my special tribute to the original cast, the original 5, of course. I'm sure you guys remember them very well, because they're the true rock stars of the Power Rangers. Nothing against Tommy. I know that some of the Tommy Oliver fans are going to have a violent reaction. Maybe not really that violent, but anyway. I know his fans wouldn't care why I'm still trying to understand why they keep saying he's the best Ranger in the entire series. And don't tell me to do my research, okay? Because I'm not going to do that. Because to me, I'm always with the first 5. The original, and Jason will always be the best leader and captain of the ship. He will always be the boss of the Power Rangers. And I'm always with Austin St. John, okay? He was a Jason Scott Lee, the Red Ranger. And, of course, the dancer, Walter Jones, as Zack, the Black Ranger. David Yost, the Blue Ranger. He was Billy. And Tui Trang, she was a Trini, the Yellow Ranger. And Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger. She was Kimberly. I'm always with the original 5 because I've seen the original one before the Americanized. I think, we're going to talk about that later, okay? The Power Rangers is actually the Americanized version of the original Japanese Hikari Sentai, or we say that Super Sentai in English. But in Japanese, they say Hikari Sentai. That's how they say it. I've seen some photos of them. Actually, I saw it on the internet last week, and I saved it on my PC. I was preparing my stuff for this episode in my radio show, and I thought the picture was really very memorable. That you have this thing going on inside you. Reminds you of so many things way back in the 90s. And the picture wasn't taken at the studio. I'm not sure if it wasn't really glossy or not like a Photoshop kind of a photo, but it was just a picture. Like if that picture was taken today, somebody might have thought that it was like a goofy or whatever you call that. Jason, Austin, Tui, AJ, Walter, and David Yost. It was very nostalgic. I didn't see that photo before because when I was a kid I didn't have access to the internet. A lot of us didn't have, and it's a good thing that seeing that picture, I knew that they became friends and they got closer because according to Austin St. John in his interview, they worked for long hours and they were always together. So it's a good thing that they became friends. It's really amazing. They were like they were bonding, kind of like that. And at that time, I was preparing my stuff for this episode. And good thing I had decided to give it more time to do my research. Although I'm a big fan of the show, I thought it was necessary to do a little research and watch several interviews and reaction videos of the teaser trailer from various fans. And it has given me wisdom instead of just, saying what's on my mind 2 weeks ago. That would, I could have hurt or would have hurt the other casts like Karen Ashley, Stephen Cardenas, and Johnny Young Bosch. Had I not watched the interview of Austin by Karen Ashley, I wouldn't have known how sweet a person she is, and I thought she's very beautiful inside and out. Oh, she was never awkward talking with Austin about their lives after the show. When they left the show, she said they weren't rich and that they had a very, very hard time. They were underpaid. Then David Yost and Walter Jones came in to join the interview, and I thought David was going to hand that coffee to Austin, but it was his coffee. I'm really excited, and I can't hardly wait to watch it in theaters. In the meantime, okay, guys, let's chill and relax. I'm really excited. It's Morphin time. I'm a big fan of the Power Rangers. Definitely. So for now, we're gonna have some fun, enjoy some good music with me. Yeah, Here we have something from Kiel Silva. It's December. Christmas is coming right up. We have the Christmas countdown now here in the Philippines. In some parts of the world, I'm sure you guys are having the same thing. It's the Christmas countdown. You have your Christmas lights, Christmas series, and your big Christmas tree everywhere. Let's enjoy this song. It's called December. It's something from Kiel Silva. This is DJ Maverick on WCNI Radio.
Just give everything tonight. I'll be here on the Christmas time. Let's just make out no Valentine. Let's just December. Let's be December tonight. So you're thinking about a lifetime that broke your heart. Yeah, you need someone to feel the part. They say love is in the air, left you a cold, cold heart. Let's just be clear, you're not the only broken one. Gather round, fill your cup, say yeah, it's who we are. Let's just give everything tonight. I'll be here on the Christmas time. Let's just make out no Valentine. Let's just December. Let's be December tonight. No, I don't mean to fix the broken pieces. All of us is broken, and yeah, it's a lonely world. But here we are, all together. We can share whatever is left. We can be happy broken, we can be happy lonely. Just fill your glass and raise it up. Yeah. Let's just give everything tonight. I'll be here on the Christmas time. Let's just make out no Valentine. Let's just December. Let's just give everything tonight. I'll be here on the Christmas time. Let's just make out no Valentine. Let's just December tonight. Let's be December tonight. Let's just December. December.
And that was something from Kiel Silva. It's called December. It's now available on iTunes, and you may watch the official music video of December on WCN. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't skip ads.
Hi, This is Lizelle Siniza of CCTN 47. You're tuned in with DJ Maverick.
Okay, we're back here on WCNI Radio, still with you guys. It's DJ Maverick. So we're talking about the Power Rangers movie. It's the reboot film. So the reboot film Power Rangers is going to be in theaters on March 24th, 2017. We've seen a lot of reaction videos and Comic-Con interviews with the cast, and the majority says they have a great chemistry. Do you guys agree? I think they have a great chemistry. Dacre Montgomery is from Australia. Naomi Scott is from England. She's half Indian, by the way. RJ Cyler is American. Ludi Lin is Chinese. He's based in Beijing, China, though he's been doing modeling gigs in Canada and in the US. And Becky G, ay mamita. I've seen this girl with Talia in her music video, Como Tu No Hay Dos. That was in 2015. It was a great music video, very sexy. I thought she's really hot. And honestly, when I realized that she's the Yellow Ranger, I was like, no way. She doesn't fit the role because she's too sexy. I mean, she's Latina and her face is so sensual, like you'd rather watch her in telenovelas with other sexy Latinas in a passionate love story. You guys know what telenovelas are? These are Latin soap operas, you know, and their female stars are very hot and very sexy. You can see it, and the sensuality of the character is there. It's more of like an escape. It's when you watch the show, it's, you guys should check it out, okay? When you watch it, it's I think it runs in 30 frames per sec or in 60 frames per sec. It doesn't really, although some telenovelas in the US, especially from Telemundo, they have the 24p look. It's like the movie look, like the American series. But most telenovelas from Televisa and from other parts of Latin America, they still have that 60 frame per sec look or 30 frames per sec look. And it's a love story, very passionate, very romantic, and there's a lot of sex and sensuality in the show, and the female stars are really hot. Yeah, that's what I can say about it, and that's why when I first, when I found out that Becky G was going to be the Yellow Ranger, I was like, no way. But honestly, I wanted to have an Asian girl to play Trini because, like I said, I'm a big fan of the original 5, and I got used to having Trini as Chinese. Though Thuy Trang was Vietnamese, the character Trini was Chinese in the series, in the original show. But then I was like, it's a Becky G. I'll just take it because it doesn't really matter. They've already shot the movie, and it's ready to be released, and I know that a lot of the fans are okay with it. So I was like, nah, okay, I can digest it. And anyway, I like Becky G. I think she's cool. It's okay. It's for fun. Let's just have fun with the movie. Let's not overthink. And it's funny how many netizens they say Becky G talks too much during interviews, and seemed like she wouldn't even give her co-stars the time to insert a word or two. I've seen their videos, and I kind of agree. Becky G talks too much, but not because she wants all the attention. I think they all look just so excited, and I mean, they're all very excited for their movie, and Becky G's the youngest, so that explains it. And some say Dacre Montgomery looks like Zac Efron. Not really. I'm not a fan of Zac Efron. Not that there's something wrong about being a fan of Zac Efron. It's just that I don't think he looks like Dacre. I don't think. Maybe it's very different. I just think they have the same vibe, but not the facial features. What do you guys think? Karen? Oh, I have here my staff. What do you think? She says no. She says Zac Efron is hotter than Dacre Montgomery. Well, we don't know. If Dacre Montgomery gets more and more popular, he could be hotter than Zac Efron for all we know. Hollywood, that is. Anyway, Naomi Scott is very pretty. Thanks, Karen. Naomi Scott is very pretty and a very good actress. I like the way she delivers her lines, and I like her, and she sings it with her facial expressions. Just by basing it on the trailer, the teaser trailer. RJ Cyler and Ludi Lin. I really don't know them about their work, but I just did my research before doing this episode for my radio show, and I think they're cool. They're very cool. They've been resonating good vibes during their interviews, and I think they're going to be great. Becky G is, like what I've said, she's really hot. I'm still trying to convince myself that she can be Trini, and not just a hottie Latina for a passionate telenovela on Telemundo or Televisa. I'm sorry to all Becky G fans. Lo siento. Perdóname. I'm not saying anything against Becky G. It's just that, she's too hot to be. What am I saying? Okay, she's the Yellow Ranger. All right, so the reboot takes a different approach, and as well as we all fans can see in the teaser trailer, it's a bit dark and serious, unlike the original series in 1994, which was about being campy and kid-like. The series depicted high school students with attitude, yet they were role models in campus. I remember that it was a very campy and very. It wasn't as dark as it wasn't dark like the Hikari Sentai, the series, the Japanese, the original version. The characters were Jason. It was played by Austin St. John. Jason was a karate teacher. Zach was a dancer, played by it was Walter Jones' character, and he was an active in extracurricular school stuff. And Billy, played by David Yost, he was the president of their science committee, science club, something like that. He was a nerd. He was a bookworm. He was a smart guy, and he was more of being intellectual. And Trini had her kung fu class. She was a kung fu master, and she was this is Tui Trang, not the Karen Ashley. This was the original series. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's my staff Karen asking. She's also a fan of the Power Rangers, and she thinks that Jason was way better than Tommy, as well as Austin St. John is way better than Jason David Frank. I'm sorry to all the Tommy fans there. Okay, so and then Trini was she would always practice her kung fu with Kimberly at the gym at the Angel Groove bar, and I remember the episode wherein Trini and Kimberly, they did petitions to shut down this dirty factory. I mean, and she and Kimberly were best friends. There was no romantic story or something romantic ties among them. They were all just good friends. But in the 2017 movie of Under Lionsgate, they're all outcast and doing the cliche, I'm going to prove you all wrong, I'm going to do something that'll awe everyone in campus, or I'm going to do something to change the world. Cliche as it may, but that's the direction Saban and Lionsgate are onto. And we're just going to have to wait and see how they're going to take that. And the public's reception will be the judge of how the movie is going to be in the future. But still, I'm always with, like I said, I'm always with the original 5. And I've read a lot of the comments on videos of the teaser trailer and some reaction videos saying that they hope Tommy would be in the film or would have a surprise cameo. In my opinion, I don't think it's necessary to have Tommy in the film, because Tommy had his movie in 1995, right? And the original 5, we expected of the true fans of the Power Rangers. We expected at that time. We really wanted to have Jason, Trini, and Zach in the movie with Billy and Kimberly. And honestly, the movie was great. I watched it 2 weeks ago before doing this episode. I did not watch the movie when it came out in 1995, and just because of this new movie and the feeling of being excited and the energy, the kid among us got awakened, right? We realized that we didn't grow up. Actually, we just had this kid, this fan kid in our hearts, just sleep for a long time, and because there's a new Power Rangers movie, we got very excited after seeing the teaser trailer. So we all realized that we want to see the original 5, and I'm sure the majority agrees with me, because Tommy was just like an additional character. He's cool, Jason David Frank was a cool actor. He did great as Tommy, but I've seen the original guys. Before the Power Rangers, there was this Hikari Sentai. It's the Japanese. It's the Rangers. Before the Power Rangers came out, we had the Super Sentai in Japan that came out in the 1980s, late 1980s. And they always had 5 characters only. It started with Bioman 2. Bioman. They had the red 1, green 2, blue 3, yellow 4, and pink 5. And then there was like the Bioman 2 Masked Man. They had the red mask, black mask, blue mask, yellow mask, and pink mask. And I got used to it. It was a very successful Sentai series. In the Philippines, I'm sure also in other Asian countries and in some Latin American countries. So we got used to it that there's only 5. If you have the Black Ranger, if you have the black mask, then you can't have the green mask. If you have the green mask, if you have green 2, then you can't have black 2. So we only have 5 characters, and the number 5 is very magical. And I know Tommy did great, but it was just different it was very different. I stopped watching the series when Jason, Trini, and Zach left the show, when the actors left the show. I don't think they should put Tommy in this one. They should focus on the first 5, the original 5. It's more on their developing their characters. And I like the fact that they're having Jason and Kimberly, getting it on. They're having this romantic story in the movie. So because of that, it means there won't be any Tommy in the movie. And I hope Saban and Lionsgate keep it that way, because honestly, right now we don't need a Tommy in the movies. Okay, he had his 1995 film. Okay, he can have that. He had it. So it's time for the original 5. Now is the right time for the original 5 to have their movie. And aside from that, I think Karen Ashley is very sweet, and she's always with Austin in several interviews. I've seen it on the internet. I just wish she collaborates with Amy Jo, who's a director now, and seeing her short films on her YouTube channel, I say she's got it, and I like her short films. I was thinking about they make a web sitcom. What do you guys think? I mean, it's very easy to produce such materials these days because it's the internet era. They can do it at home, have Austin, Walter, David, and of course Karen and AJ on it. That would be a good web series, and we, the fans, would surely support them by not skipping ads, okay? Not skipping ads, so that the monetization per episode would be great, and they can keep it going. Guys, remember, when you watch a video, like for example, for Karen Ashley, I've subscribed to her channel, and whenever I watch her interviews, I never skip ads, because it's to show your support to the artist. And I think it'll be great if they do a web series, a web sitcom, and if Tui were alive today, she would have been doing reunion videos with her co-rangers for sure. But like what Walter Jones said during his Comic-Con panel, during his interviews with Austin and David, Tui was the nicest. They talked about her, and it was very cool. They said she was the sweetest and friendliest. She was very friendly with everyone on set. Like, she always had that good vibes deep within her. And it's been it resonated. Like, she was very nice to everyone, and according to Walter, she was very zen. Okay, she was very zen. As zen as she is now, Tui is having her relaxing moment in heaven. I'm sure about that, and she could be part of the web series. But if Amy Jo and Karen would push this, Tui could have been part of it. But because she's not in the physical world anymore, I'm sure she's smiling upon them and saying, like, go guys, you can do it. It's morphin' time. A lot of fans miss her, but she's in a better place now. Okay, so we gotta step up. And all right, so more of this when we get back. We're gonna talk about the cast, the director, then the teaser trailer reaction video stars. We're gonna have our top 5 Power Ranger teaser trailer reaction video stars. It'll be based on how they reacted on the teaser trailer, like if it's believable or they just, they're just acting. It's the first thing here to happen on my show, judging reaction video stars. So guys, we'll be right back. Don't skip ads. Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick, and you're tuned in to WCNI Radio.
So I told her. Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick. Right. Actually, everyone knows it. So it's cool. I'm cool with it.
Okay, so guys, in the meantime, let's chill and relax. Enjoy some good music with me. This is DJ Maverick on WCNI Radio.
Give her a reason to believe in life and destiny. Dreaming of stars, a fantasy. Well, he got everything a heart needs for Mary me's. Living a simple life with her is all he needs. Oh, he got more than ordinary, and today will be the day. Got a ring in hand and the last thing to say, but all she said is time. Yeah. Got another life that I wanted to be. Gotta count the stars, though it's far to see. Yes, time. Yeah. There's gotta be a reason to believe it, to say that all we need is time. She gets two angels and a pride of strength of Hail Marys. She found a smile in misery. She looked in the mirror, hey, it's only me, there's only me. The past is enough for me to say, but something in her head keeps spinning. Heart just wanna say, and I need someone, is I needed someone, and all she said is time. Yeah. Got another life that I wanted to be. Gotta count the stars, though it's far to see it. Time. Yeah. There's gotta be a reason to believe it, to say that all we need is time. These are the words that I feel, like time is overrated. It's time that keeps me waiting. I can't go on till I heard that time is all I needed, but time is all I'm wasting. Boy meets girl and both in school. Fell in love, broke all the rules. Realized they're just two kids in love. And it's been 2 months since the last time she said, we're too young to be a family. He said, it's that time, we really had a good time. It's that time, we gotta wait for the sun. The hour changing, time we ought to wait in. With time we ought to changing, yes, time we ought to wait in, yeah. La 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 Got another life that I wanted to be. Gotta
This is Lizelle Siniza of CCTN 47. You're tuning with DJ Maverick.
Can't take anymore. I don't need to be sure. The silence is on, but the wind keeps knocking the door. My memories fading. For so much wars and so much souls are lost and couldn't find a meaning. Did someone just wake me? These dreams could kill me. Still hoping that we could find a way. For men are dying. No one could win this war. No fight for peace. Hear the children crying. Can you tell me who's to blame or stars to blame? Wash away those years. Only my nightmares and ashes. I can't hear you no more. Open my eyes. What am I fighting for? And now everything is real. You can touch, you can feel. No pain can hold us near for the gods of war. Someone just wake me. These dreams could kill me. Still hoping that we could find a way. Yeah. And for the nights that's lost and gone, and for men are dying. No one can win this one. No fight for peace. Hear the children crying. Can you tell me who's to blame or starts to flame? Wash away those years. Only my nightmares dreams. Only my nightmares dreams. Yeah, my nightmare. We stand and we may fall. I won't wait for someone to save us all. With these prayers that keep us divided, I don't think there's someone there at all for us. And for the nights that's lost and gone, and for men are dying. No one can win this one. No fight for peace. Hear the children crying. Can you tell me who's to blame or starts to flame? Wash away those years. Only my nightmares dreams. Only my nightmares dreams. Yeah, my nightmare. Yeah, my nightmare.
So I told her. Alright. Actually, everyone knows it. So it's cool. I'm cool with it.
And we're back still with you guys, DJ Maverick on WCNI Radio. We've been talking about the upcoming Power Rangers reboot movie coming out in theaters this March 24th, 2017. In the meantime, okay guys, let's chill and relax. I'm really excited. It's Morphin time. I'm a big fan of the Power Rangers. Definitely. What do you guys think about this movie? Do you guys think that the writers and the director have taken it too seriously by giving it a darker and more serious tone? What do you guys think? I really enjoy watching the teaser trailer and the people doing their reaction videos. It was very funny, very cool. You can actually say that there are a lot of Power Rangers fans up to this point, and we're all grown up. We're all dads and moms, and we're all parents, but still we have this kid at heart, and it's really a good thing. You may post your comments and join me on the show. I know that a lot of the fans have been very excited and can't hardly wait to watch the movie on the big screen. And I actually watched the 1995 movie just to check it or add it up in my research. Like I said, I never watched it when I was a kid because I stopped watching the show when Tommy took over with that silly power transfer episode. I didn't really like it, but now I love Karen Ashley. I think she's very sweet. She's very nice. And I would love to meet her in person and thank her for being such a loyal Power Ranger. Yeah, she's a Yellow Ranger, although Tui was the original Yellow Ranger, but Karen Ashley is very beautiful inside and out. Now, remembering the original cast, Austin, when he had his interview with Karen Ashley, actually when Jason David Frank came in, I stopped watching the show. I didn't like Karen Ashley, Steven Cardenas, and Johnny Bosch. I didn't like the show. I didn't like the show anymore. I stopped watching it with my younger brother. We didn't like the characters. We always thought that Austin, Trini, we always thought that Jason, Trini, and Zach were the perfect team with Kimberly and Billy. Had I known any of those news about we didn't have cable TV, and even if I did, I wouldn't really care less about those news because we were so much engaged with the characters. We were kids back then. We thought that the characters were the actors, and it's very hard to separate the actors from it's very hard to think of them as just acting, and they have their own personal lives going. At that time, I didn't know what was happening. I never, we were kids. We didn't know anything about contract dispute or the pay, that Austin, Tui, and Walter asked for more money before the second season started. And Austin was the leader of that votation, according to him during the interview, and that he expected the five of them to be asking for a raise. And it turned out it was just him, Tui, and Walter. We were kids back then, and we didn't care about those stuff, and I didn't have cable TV. So even if I did, I wouldn't really care less. And I only get to see them every Friday night after the Uncanny X-Men series. Other than that, I was left in Siberia. It's very nice to see the interview of Austin with Karen Ashley because they were very comfortable about talking about the realities of life, that they weren't rich when they left the show, and that Austin had to sleep in his car because he couldn't it wasn't easy for them to get another job, especially in Hollywood. When they left the show, he thought scripts weren't just thrown onto him he wasn't offered to play characters on other TV shows. It was very tough for him. So this is a very good eye-opening discussion for all of us Power Rangers fans, because some people, especially here in the Philippines, many people think that if you're a celebrity, if you're a TV actor, or they see you in movies, they would immediately have this conclusion that you have lots of money with you. But it's not. It's not. Like what Karen Ashley said in her interview with Austin St. John. It was tough, and they had bills to pay. Even Walter Jones had his fair share of difficulties. He said after the show, it was very tough, and there were times when they didn't have electricity. Imagine that. I'm here in the Philippines, and many of us experienced that situation. Our electricity gets cut because we couldn't pay the bills. But we didn't know when we watched the Power Rangers before. We didn't know that they had problems like that. We thought that they were perfect. When you're in the USA, everything's perfect. But watching that interview, and we come to this understanding that they're all human beings, just like the rest of us. We're all the same, and Hollywood can be very how do you say this one? They can be very deceiving, because we think it's like the top of the tops, but it's not. We think celebrities are all rich, and we think that they don't have problems. It's like an exaggerated fairy tale, but the realities of it is that they're all human beings, just like the rest of us. Have you guys seen the interview of Karen Ashley with Austin St. John? If you haven't, you should see it. You should watch it, and you're gonna understand. Now, I was just thinking when Austin was asking for more money from Saban. Looking at the producer's perspective, I also understand. All of this happened a long time ago. Okay, past is past, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can't change the past. But we're just talking about the producer's perspective. Based on his interview, I also understand Saban, because I think he was first trying to get a good shot in Hollywood, and even though the show was earning billions, as what Austin said in his interview, Saban had to pay his people, the crew, taxes, a lot of stuff. He had to pay a lot of stuff, and those billions that the show earned, it doesn't go directly. It doesn't go straight to Saban's personal bank account. He also had his bills to pay, and Austin asking for more money with Walter and two other Tui's. She's a. Anyway, we're just gonna say we're just gonna talk about Austin and Walter, okay? They asked for more money. We understand that. They were underpaid, but in the show, in some of their Comic-Con panel interviews, they said that they didn't do much stuff in the action scenes when the Power Rangers were in their suits. So Saban had to pay two groups. Like, the first group are the actors, like Austin, Tui, Walter, Amy, AJ, and David, and he also had to pay the stunt doubles, the actors wearing the suits. So it's understandable that Saban, I can't say couldn't, but wouldn't give them a raise, or I'm not sure if they were underpaid. We don't really know the exact the entire story. We don't know how much their talent fees were, but according to Austin, they were underpaid, and Karen Ashley also said that they were underpaid and they weren't rich when they left the show. I'm not sure if they got fired or, according to Austin, they walked off the set with Walter and Tui. But it's very personal. But Karen was very open. She was very comfortable when she talked about it during her interview with Austin on her official YouTube channel. I've subscribed to Karen's official YouTube channel. I hope Karen is listening to me right now. If she's listening, hi Karen. Thanks for listening. So Saban was paying double to the actors and to the stunt double. And maybe at that time when Austin was asking for a raise, when they asked for more money, Saban was still calculating the situation, because the second season was just about to start, and when he didn't give them the raise that they asked for, they left the show. And us kids, the fans at that time, we didn't know anything about those stuff, so we thought Austin, Jason, Trini, and Zach had to go to this peace conference or whatever, But now that we're all grown ups and we understand the situation, it's a lot easier to know why. And it's a really good thing that Saban is doing this reboot film and they're using the original characters. God, I hope they don't put Tommy in it. Tommy fans listening to me right now, don't be angry, don't be furious. I know that you're trying to hold your temper there, but Tommy had his film in 1995. In 1995, he had his movie with the rest of the Rangers, and I don't think his character is that necessary for this reboot film. We only need the original five: the Jason, Trini, Billy, Zach, and Kimberly, because I'll tell you why, okay? When we get back. So guys, don't skip ads. We'll be right back.
So I told her. Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick. Right. Actually, everyone knows it. So it's cool. I'm cool with it.
Samtang ako naglakaw sa akong kadulungan, walaing huna-huna kundi tagway mo. Mga pangandoy nga maako ka na imo ko. Mga pangandoy na lang bata na ining tanan og sa dihang nakita ko. Mga mata mo nitutok ka na ko. Mauba kini ang langit, mauba kini ang buwan. Daw ako nalupad, ug di na mutukan. Naglutaw ako sa hangin, ngano ba kining dughan? Na ako sa kawanan, di na mutukan, ug di na mutukan. Wala ko dama ang akong nasinati. Dugay na kitang kailapan, wala ra ko nimo. Dugay ko nang gibati ning tanan. Sukat pa lang sa una natong panaguban. Gihilom lang og sa dihang nakita ko. Ikaw na gusto pa dulong ka na ko. Mauba kini ang langit, mauba kini ang buwan. Daw ako nalupad, ug di na mutukan. Naglutaw ako sa hangin, ngano ba kining dughan? Na ako sa kawanan, di na mutukan, ug di na mutukan. Imong pahigon ang isuga ko. Wa ka may mutang susama ka nako. Nihunghong ka sa tulo ka pulong na akong gihanong. Mauba kini ang langit, mauba kini ang buwan. Daw ako naglupad, ug di na mutugan. Nagtutok ako sa hangin, ngano ba kining dughan? Na ako sa kawanan, di na mutukan. Hey, hey, mauba kini ang langit, mauba kini ang buwan. Daw ako naglupad, ug di na mutukan. Nagtutok ako sa hangin, ngano ba kining dughan ko? Di na mutukan, di na mutukan. Adlaw-adlaw akong may namdaman. Kalipay tang walay kahuman. Kanimo dughan ko, luwas sa bukton mo. Sa kagabi una kong mainugtugan. Unsay sayop ko na usad kining tanan. Kanimo dughan ko, higi pala man. Kanimo ulipong kanimo, kanimo. Paglaong ko pagkatas
we're going to talk about the cast, the director, and the teaser trailer. We're going to have our top 5 Power Ranger teaser trailer reaction video stars. It'll be based on how they reacted on the teaser trailer, like if it's believable or they're just acting. It's the first thing here to happen on my show, judging reaction video stars. So guys, don't skip ads. We'll be right back. And we're back on WCNI Radio, still with you, DJ Maverick. Okay, so like what I said before the commercial break, I was going to tell you about why it's okay not to have Tommy, because they have the original 5, and it was very different. Okay, so we have the original Japanese version, and it's dark. It's a serious, knowing the Japanese way of approaching a certain story. I think that the Power Rangers 2017 reboot is not really that bad, although there are some stuff that I kind of disagree with the casting, but it's okay. Like I said, it's already there, and I agree that they have such a great chemistry, like what the majority has been saying, and I got used to before the Japanese before the Power Rangers. We had the Japanese Power Rangers before. It's the Bioman 2 Masked Man, and it was very, very popular then. Then when the Power Rangers came in 1994, we got very excited. We thought oh, this is the Americanized version. And I never thought anything about being racist, about having why Tui was the Yellow Ranger because she was Asian, and why Walter Jones had to be the Black Ranger because he was black. I never thought anything about being racist. I think people keep thinking about racism and stuff like that are very insecure people and always worrying about so many things. You can always choose the lens that you use for your eyes and see a different reality. And when I was a kid, I thought wow, this is really something cool because they speak English. Not that there is something wrong with the Bioman 2 Masked Man and the Bioman. It was very nice, but it was dubbed in Filipino language, and at that time I didn't speak Japanese at that time, and but now when I watch it I do understand because it's a bit different now and I speak Japanese. But when it came out, when the Power Rangers came out, I thought it was very cool. When the opening credits, I saw Austin St. John as the Red Ranger. I was like, wow, this is really nice. I knew he's the leader because he looked like a karate kid, something like that. And Walter Jones, when he was doing that, that wavy kind of dance move, then he did the karate pose. I thought that was really cool because he's the Black Ranger and he's black, and it suits him. And he's a dancer, so I thought it's a different kind of take. It's not it wasn't dark and serious like the Japanese version. And then we had Tui Trang. She was the Yellow Ranger. I was like, wow, that's perfect. And at that time, I was a big fan of that game, the video game, the Virtua Fighter. And she kind of looked like she reminded me of those Chinese girls in video games like Virtua Fighter. We had Pai Chan there, so when she was doing her kung fu move in the opening sequence, I thought yeah, she fits the role. And David Yost, the bookworm, the smart guy, same thing. I was like, it's perfect. They have a nerd, they have the smart guy, so it should be different than a gymnast to be taking the assignment as the Pink Ranger. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And the next thing I knew, I was a big fan of the Power Rangers, and still I am up to this day, up to this point. So now that 2017, Saban and Lionsgate have taken a different direction, and they're giving it a serious tone, a very dark tone. Because Rita Repulsa, when she said I've killed Rangers before to Trini in her bedroom, that was kind of wow. Anyway, let's not get to other topics. But I thought, yeah, they're really taking it to a darker and more serious tone. The cinematography, it was different. And the effects are cooler, are way cooler. I've seen the 1995 Power Rangers movie just for my research thing. It's nice, it's great, but I had this wish, in my heart that it could have been Austin, Tui, and Zach, and David, and Amy Jo in it. I really didn't want, Jason David Frank because in the movie, but he was there, so it's okay. I really wanted the original 5 because, it's like, if you guys know the TV series, it's a 1976 TV show. It's the Charlie's Angels, if you guys know that. It was also a phenomenal American TV series. And I think that Austin, Tui, and Walter Jones were like the Farrah Fawcett of the show. They were like the Farrah Fawcett. If we're going to convert the Power Rangers to Charlie's Angels, Austin, Tui, and Walter were the Farrah Fawcett of the show. And when they left the show, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. I know the majority agrees with me. It wasn't the same. And when Tommy took over, yeah, he was really cool. He's a tough fighter, and his moves, his kicks, his high kicks, his flying kicks, all the cartwheels and hitting and punches, it was very believable on screen. And I really thought that Tommy was a very cool character. But it was just not like having Jason, Trini, and Zach. And it's very different from just having the original 5. It was more of like being campy, being about good friends and saving the world and not taking it too seriously. It had its good vibes, and I don't know, Tommy's okay, but he was like the Cheryl Ladd of the show if it were Charlie's Angels. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's Cheryl Ladd took over when Farrah Fawcett left the show, the Charlie's Angels, and it was great. The show went on, but it wasn't the same when Farrah left. So just like the Power Rangers, well, one thing for sure, the original will always be the best, and I will always have the original 5. Tommy was just like an addition to the show. And please, Saban and Lionsgate, if you're listening to this show, don't put Tommy in the film, okay? He had his movie in 1995. It was great. It was cool. Jason David Frank is a great fighter. I know he's in MMA now, and he's doing a lot of cool stuff right now in his life. So let's let it be. And he had the Turbo Ranger, the Turbo Power Ranger movie. When there was the comeback of Austin and Amy Jo in it. So although they weren't Rangers, they were like for a time in the movie they were like the bad guys. But they had it. He had it. Jason David Frank had the show. So let's give it to the original 5, please. Saban, Lionsgate, they deserve to have this movie. Okay, the original characters. So there we go, and taking a different tone, like having it serious and dark. People say that it's too dark, it's too serious. The original show was campy. I think it's okay that Saban and Lionsgate are taking this kind of direction because, like I said, the Japanese original series, it was dark and serious. So if they do it this way and just have the original 5. It'll be a different take, okay? And I think they're trying to get a new audience and trying to penetrate a new kind of demographic. So yeah, having said that, I'm excited to watch the movie in theaters next year. That's March 24th, 2017. But I think it's just in the U.S. I'm not sure when it's going to come out here in the Philippines. So I think I'm going to have to check it out myself on the internet. Do some research, okay, if it's going to come out. When it is going to come out in the Philippines. So there you have it. And for me, the best reaction video that I've watched on YouTube was what's the name of that guy? Wait a minute, let me check it out. I can't believe it. Okay, hold on, guys. He's great. I think he's very cool when he checked out the Power Rangers for the reaction videos. Reaction video. Okay, we have it here. So, what's his name? Okay, Michelle Sigel. Okay, I think that he's got the best. Power Rangers 2017 movie official teaser trailer reaction video, because we can actually see that he's very sincere and very how do you say this one? When at the last part when he said like, "Oh, it's morphin' time," he was like having this excitement that that the Power Rangers was gonna come out. And the second for me is the Blind Wave guys, the Blind Wave channel. They're so cool. And also Gator Martin and the couple. I also like the movie review, the reaction video for the Power Rangers 2017. That couple. There was the American guy and the Asian girl. Not trying to be racist here, okay? I mean, what's the name of that the channel? It's got to be here somewhere. Okay. Yeah, that couple, the guys, it's the couple channel. The guy was he was Caucasian and the girl was Asian, but they're Americans. The Power Rangers. And for my fifth one, I'd like to have I think she's cute. I'm not sure if she could be acting with this movie the way she's doing her reaction video. She's the Chill and Flicks, yeah. Although it's kind of like too animated or exaggerated, her reaction. Just I'm not sure, but anyway, because she's a girl and she said she's a fan of the Power Rangers, and I like the fact that she said, that the Power Rangers is gonna come out, and some people said to her, we don't care, and she said, you guys should care because I care, and I stuff like that. She said it. So okay, let's have her for the number 5th spot. And for director Israelite, good luck to you, and I hope that the movie would do great, because you're taking it on a different, it's having a different direction, a different approach. So it should be cool. And to the actors, Dacre Montgomery, Becky G, Ludi Lin, RJ Cyler, and Naomi Scott, I hope that you become great friends, and you do more Power Rangers movie in the future, because you deserve it. I can feel that you guys have been resonating good vibes, and a lot of the Power Rangers fans are really excited and looking forward to watching this movie. Okay, I can't hardly wait. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this show. If you have some suggestions, or if you want to join me in my next episode, feel free to post your comment, and we can talk about the next topic that you would like to tackle with me, and with some other guests here. We can have you online and be part of the show. So thank you so much, and we're gonna be watching the Power Rangers in 2017. Okay, so we're all excited. I know you guys are very excited. It's morphin' time. Go Power Rangers. And here for my health tip, when you wake up early in the morning, 45 minutes before your breakfast, drink 2 or 3 glasses of lukewarm water, okay, on an empty stomach, because it's going to be cleansing your internal organs. It's a fact. I've tried it and it works, so you should try it, guys. It's guaranteed. And drink 10 glasses of water every day. But if you have physical activities, like if you go to the gym or if you exercise, you sweat a lot, make it 15 glasses of water. Okay, and for my message to everyone, remember, guys, that the power is in your hands. And this power is to change your life anytime. Never allow someone to tell you how to live your life, because you own your life. So live your life the way you want to live it. Thank you so much, guys. This has been DJ Maverick. I'll see you again next time for another episode for Hollywood Entertainment Online. God bless.
Can't take anymore. I don't need to be sure. The silence is on, but the wind keeps knocking the door. My memories fading, for so much wars and so much souls are lost and couldn't find the meaning. Did someone just wake me? These dreams could kill me. Still hoping that we could find a way. For men are dying. No one could win this war. No fight for peace. Hear the children crying. Can you tell me who's to blame or source to blame? Wash away those years. Only my nightmares and ashes. I can't hear you no more. Open my eyes. What am I fighting for? And now everything is real. You can touch, you can feel. No pain can hold us near for the gods of war. Someone just wake me. These dreams could kill me. Still hoping that we could find a way. Yeah. And for the nights that's lost and gone, and for men are dying. No one can win this war. No fight for peace. Hear the children crying. Can you tell me who's to blame or starts to blame? Wash away those years. Only my nightmares dreams. Only my nightmares dreams. Yeah, my nightmare. We stand and we may fall. I won't wait for someone to save us all. With these prayers that keep us divided, I don't think there's someone there at all for us.
Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick, and you're tuned in to WCNI Radio.
So I told her. Hey guys, what's up? This is DJ Maverick. Actually, everyone knows it. So it's cool. I'm cool with it.